Good evening. As the title says, my plans completely changed. I was originally planning on getting back into Elden Ring. Hopefully getting all the way to the Elden Beast. Killing it off, and then checking out the ending that I gained access to. But apparently Steam doesn't want to update Elden Ring. It took me 10 minutes to get like 400 megabits. Everything else is working, just doesn't want to work for that. So you know what? Impromptu Final Fantasy night. Only gonna be on for a couple hours, but I mean, that's room to make at least a little bit of progress. As annoying as it's gonna be. But oh well. I really wanted to play this anyways. Ah, the Conqueror of Copper Bell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operation can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momoti. It will do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. Bleh. No! Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. But please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. Paid for it with me own coin. What rot! You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. Gross. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. How's it going? Please, adventurer, help me. I beg of you. I swear on me mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. Back off, everybody. I got a stabby stick. And who the hell's are you? When you're at home? This dog's master? I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot, teach them a lesson. Try me next, merchant. I got the stabby stick with your name on it. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hells do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Oh, now, the seizures are taking me over once again. I really should get myself checked out by a healer with all these, instances of falling unconscious. I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worst, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire? Patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins? Oh wait, sure voice salesman. Dodo tenderloins. Get your Dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity, and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. I don't know why I needed to eavesdrop into their conversation with this weird seizure vision. Sir, are you alright? Yep. Please tell me nobody drew on my face. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? Yeah. I've got the pointy stick. What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Yeah, and I will overlook this. Just this once. God's bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, Who knows what that monster might have done? It don't bear thinking about. There we go. That's my one Good Samaritan act for the day. Forwards and onwards to things that'll get me money. Case closed. Hello again. Oh, fuck, what was his voice again? We have been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridania. Hey, close enough. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably, and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a guild by doing so. You are possessed of all qualities we seek in an adventurer. Of this we are convinced. Need water. Even if you were kind of dragged into that business with the dodo meat. Yes. Thank you, Yida. And then there is the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. Well, we can offer you to understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. She's a weird skeleton in a closet, isn't she? And meeting her is only the beginning, for we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, I sincerely hope you will. Pray speak with Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She will tell you where to find us. Wait a minute. We haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone, except for Momodi. She already knows. I mean, I'm pretty sure Momodi knows everything. And if not, she knows next to everything. Momodi's cool like that. And I refuse to believe otherwise. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. What's there I hear about woes about womenfolk? Ah, Selneko. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. Your every ill in the adventurer immune said you'd be, Selneko. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I'm inspired, just as Aver once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Yeah, I'm Sal Neko. Salad cakes. Don't forget the salad. Sal Neko salad cakes. I shan't forget. Thank you, Sal Neko salad cakes. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be quite cruel bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Selneko. Eh? What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Selneko, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Yeah? Tell me now, Momodi. I have to know. I need to know. I crave the knowledge of knowing. Now hurry up and get rid of the green check mark. There we go. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limit this wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being Ul'Dan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eosia's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join. To join them, individuals like you, Selneko. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eosia's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand at Selneko, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about them as they make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright. Now I can easily do that, but first, I need to go back to Gridania for my next Lancer quest. Then I can make a trip back to Thanalan so that I can go meet the Scions. How's it going, Wayne? It is good to see you again, Selneko, and stronger than when we last spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these walls, these men have led very different lives, yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you will take another step toward becoming a fully fledged lancer. Your first instructor is a man named Matheomi. Seek him out in Amarisai's spire in East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have honed Matheomi's perception. No detail escapes the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection, Selneko, and do as he bids you. And he just bids me on a giant fetch quest. To test my courage, he sends me off to the market to get him a whole armful of chocolate pearls. I see the really big giant gnat isn't there. How's it going, everybody? You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Matheomi, commander of the brave men and women of this spire. Now, let's have a good look at you. I see. You possess strength and skill in abundance. Of this there is no doubt. But you still want for experience. No, I don't doubt. You've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old faltered at times. No lancer nor any man can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night, which you are to vanquish. Okay. Ow. That was nice and easy. Otherwise, you gotta be at the top of a tower. You're making this difficult on me, Mathiomi. Welcome back, son, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. I hope so. You were only on the other up here. The bloodbat bewilders its prey with ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic. Yet to your credit, you fought on resolutely, and thus emerged the victor. Ywain has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, you may make your way to Buscaran's Druthers in the South Shroud. It is there that your next instructor, Buscaran himself, awaits. The man had a unique approach to our art, though it's a fair while since he hung up his spear. His words are well worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much for his counsel as they do his mead, good though it is. By meeting Buscaran and availing yourself to his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. Ow. No. I'm about to walk into a wall. As I start unlocking more skills, I'm gonna really have to... I'm gonna have to adjust my skill bar. So what I've got now is gonna work until I've got too many. And then it's gonna become a pain. I'll have to memorize the setup of the other characters. Bars. So I'm pretty sure I could probably set it up in a way that's better, but it's the way that makes sense to my hands. But since I don't have enough abilities for it right now, there's no point in doing it. How's it going, Buscaran? Well, if it isn't Ywain's protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Buscaran, and this here's my place. In case you're wondering why old Ywain sent you, I should mention I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened the Druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road, between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time for chat just now. So if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now take this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. No, I want you to make an offering. of it at Miss Stolly's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle's safety there, complete with its contents. And when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. At least they don't have me running too far. Still, this would be a lot faster if I had my chocobo. Come on. There we go. So you offered up the meat as I told you, and without drinking a drop? Very well. You shall have a tale of me, as promised. Mistal is the man who founded the Lancers Guild, and the monument I sent you to was erected in his honor. Mistal was courage made flesh. Cut him, and I dare say he'd have bled the stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as how to go about tempering him. And that weren't all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale, what with our Lancers keeping to the confines of the Twelveswood, he sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-Force-born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Mistal wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was. A lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite a forest full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign Lancers, and by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which you now practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Mistal. Us Lancers owe him much and more, and it's our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. Huh? What's that? When's the trial? Much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, son. My part in your training's done. 'Tis time you visited your third and final instructor, a fellow named Vauclair. You'll find him willing away his time at the Bobbing Court, like as not. Oh, that's the name of an inn in Falgord Float, in case you don't know. Up in the North Shroud it is. Vauclair is an old rival of mine. He and him used to go at it until neither man could lift his spear, tip off the ground. I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humors. So, good luck with impressing him. Okay, I have yet to be that way. And considering I'm not in the 30s yet, I gotta go through Gridania. I guess this will give me a good time to finish up the hunting log page. So I'll be on my way that way. North Shroud. The closest is Conjurer's Gate. Oh man. Map in the realm, North Shroud. Tree Speak and Peace Garden. I don't know why you're angry with me, little ladybug, but go away. And Peace Garden, that's up north, so yeah. I'll deal with that if they send me that way, but I doubt it. Is he on the second floor, or is he gonna be outside? Oops, second floor, there he is. I take it you are the young lancer of whom Ewain spoke. An adventurer besides, by the looks of you. I was an adventurer myself once. That was before I became a lance for hire. But enough idle talk. You have come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned, though, that you will not find me as lenient and as an instructor as the others. Now pay attention. Thus far, you have learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me, you will learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, a lancer must be able to think and adapt, and to think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will only appear where it is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. Oops. I accidentally skipped that. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervor until it is ripe to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Okay. I can do that. Probably. Most definitely. I'm on the fence about it. Weird that I get fingers from balloons. I was not really aware that they had any way of fingers. So I gotta go through this scavenger. That actually wasn't too hard. Now time for the red balloon. Arguably much harder. Bigger. Let's just keep getting bigger and bigger. Oh. Fortunately, that wasn't too hard. know, I'm kind of excited to get up to the Dragoon stuff here soon. Hopefully. Because I haven't done anything in terms of the Dragoon yet. So you vanquished the Red Balloon, no less than what I would expect of one of you Waynes. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet ever did you press onward, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was that you emerged triumphant. Yeah, I just kind of stood there and I poked it till it died. I am not known for being liberal with my praise, but you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us after all. I have finished with you. You may report back to Yuane, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That is all. Okay. I'm sure he will probably not do that, because he doesn't really leave. He's quite the show. And Lancer's Guild. And once I'm finished with this, I can move on to go meet up with the Scions. Of course, it just won't be the same without my boy Alfie. Old Beauclair demands I show my face? I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Salneko, well done. I never doubted that you would meet with the approval of all three men, yet I am no less proud of you for having done so. You have traveled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need to overcome but one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work, and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Oh man. The gear really is so much better, and I can't afford new gear yet. Jeez. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna go with the shirt. Okay. I guess while I'm walking to Vesper Bay, I'll do my daily duty. I want to get to 30 as quick as possible, so... Leveling. Join. We'll see if I manage to find a party before I even get there. Headset started to fall off. This is quest 17. I am way over leveled for that. It's gonna take... Oh, man. It's gonna be a little on the annoying side getting to the point where I don't know what I'm trying to say. Hello, Tataru. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Ah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... Sup, I'm here to see the Scions. Here at the behest of Yida and Papalimo? My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? You know, Salneko Salad Cakes. The one and only. Salneko Salad Cakes? Salneko Salad Cakes? Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. It's gonna be just my luck that it's gonna be mid-cutscene that I'll finally find a party. I'll take it yours, Salneko Salad Cakes. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Menphilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Ooh. They are worse than my current gloves, so...
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
Supposedly.
Well met, friend. My name is Minpelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have
I'm
awaited your coming.
Sure.
Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
That remains to be seen.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time.
Okay.
First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do.
I assume you just hang out in this building.
We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea.
Secret
Among
society.
our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals.
No.
Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose.
I can agree to that.
Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us.
Is it having seizures on command?
Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness?
The seizures? Yeah.
Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body?
I mean, I was a body without a mind once.
All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo.
Okay.
The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events.
And I mean, what's the point?
For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you.
Main character syndrome is what you're propagating
It
right
is
there.
only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo.
You sound
With
very
that
happy about having
established,
these seizures.
let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
I mean, this is true facts. But there's also the problem
Measures
of the
must be
Garlean
taken.
Empire at the doorsteps.
Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea.
Well, just what I thought.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Sure, I can lend you my stabby stick. And there we go. Straight into one of the two dungeons. Oh man, that red mage looks so cool. I love the red mage class. Always have. It was the class I played in 11. and I know it's my highest leveled class on the other, on Salaku. Well, I guess we're just skipping. You know, I should consider getting onto this character and, I don't know why we're running. It's like a waste of perfectly good experience. Great. I got to be the one to blow it up. Tiny key. Woo! I don't know if it's actually better than what I've got, but I think it's identical actually. I wish I had that. I don't know when I'll be able to meet up with him yet. But I love the Manderville quest line. At least what I can remember of it. It was just a fantastic time. That was pretty smart on their end to just go back up that way.
button to press. Okay. Um, there. Now we just gotta rush our way back through this.
So, well met. I have a...
Walk faster, Minfilia.
Please. No doubt. First, we are the among our... There exists... Our... This talent. Tell me, have you... All the you will... For it. In short, it is only...
I don't want to skip this whole thing.
With that so long... Measures make...
'Cause I don't know if I try
I
and
know
skip
no-
it,
but
it'll
I
skip
found-
the whole thing, or if it'll just
Why
skip
else
to the
would- and
next
so-
portion. I don't want to take that risk. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady? Scribble, scribble, scribble. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. I can't talk. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good. Besides, well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected from them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. I will shout it from the mountaintops. You should not be telling me things. Hiring a retainer, yeah. Retainers help this type of da. And K. We Scions have but one objective, To safeguard the future of Eorzea, among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Salneko. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. What am I, becoming Urianger?
I take it you will help us.
Yeah.
Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down.
I mean, it's too early
But
for
come,
that
I
assumption.
would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
We've met.
Welcome.
I mean, if you insist.
I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
With the kitty cat ears?
He is our man
Obviously.
here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Speak the cursive
Dawn
tall
may
man.
banish even the darkest night.
Yeah.
The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will
Her
come to
voice is
think of
higher
us as
pitched
family.
than I remember.
But without further ado, I would assign you your first task.
Is it cleaning the latrines?
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Oh, yeah?
Aye. The evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
Yeah, I mean, this seems
You
pretty
have
soon,
my
but
thanks.
okay.
If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Sad. I didn't get enough cursor from Oriange. Alright then, Cred. Tell me what you know.
Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing men were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. That's gonna be so far away. I've never been to Camp Drybone. Oh. Guess I gotta go to Ulda and then take the long way through central Thanalan. Is the Pope here? I wonder. Is the Pope gonna load in? Yes, there he is. The Pope in all his gloriously dancing glory. Oh man, I'm getting bunches of experience by just wandering out. I'd really like to get that chocobo now.
just don't run fast enough on foot. And I don't want to spend the money on chocobos. I don't even think I'd be able to take the chocobo since I hadn't been here yet. I don't know. I don't care. Should be this way. Yep. Gotta go through the clutch. Well, at least the toads know better. They see me walking around with my double pointy stick and know that I am not the one they should be messing with. So obviously the double pointy stick means I am serious business. Man. These distances are incredibly long. Don't mind me, just casually shattering my legs. Isambard. I've come to bargain. Aye, I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Emulsia. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Emulsia culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Emulsia hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama, Landama, innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Emulsia still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Emulsia seek in this area. Not very stabby. No. Going the wrong way. There it is. Ripe corpses. My favorite. Well, at least I didn't have to walk that far for that one. And crack. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yeah, here's 3 ripe corpses. You'd best get to them quickly. They don't stay ripe for long. If the body's given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Emulsia? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Emulsia remaining, after all. And I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Emulsia raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 'Twill forbid it be so. There was a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. I mean, it's fine. I got ways to make people talk. And most of them don't even involve breaking kneecaps. Hey! Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the 7 hells do you want with me now? Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours isn't bad. Folk round here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You can go talk to him yourself if you don't believe me. Please, sir, just leave me be. Okay. Ah, devious derelict. I've nothing to say but this. Thou'll take who or whatever's been feeding off us low folk.
What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Well, August, it appears I need to take your kneecaps, because these people are terrified, and I want to blame you. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, it's simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Welcome back, Salnak. Have you learned aught of import? See, I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know of something of use. If we would know what the common folk speak to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the Church of Saint Adama La Dama. It is a small and humble church found on the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Mark. He tends the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. I'm Mark, yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of light. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. I mean, it's a pretty important spot to just kind of drop an embalmed corpse down at. But whatever. If that's what Mark wants to do, that's what Mark will do. Oh, I gotta bury it myself. Fine. Turned it into 3 rocks. There. You happy, Mark? Probably not. May they all walk in Thal's realm. But missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Olsen can. She's been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Olsen within the church walls. I
hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Mark would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Mark, and soon. Oh. Guess I'll return to... What time is it? 11:25. Well, I know I started late, but I think I'm gonna finish late, or finish early, because... I don't know. I'm feeling a little tired. Oh, hey, how's it going? I only just noticed that you had messaged. I think I missed him. Let me... Oh, no worries, no worries. I'm only actually just wrapping up. Gotta be up early, so... It's unfortunate. Wasn't even gonna be doing Final Fantasy this evening, but Steam wanted to act up, and this was the best thing I got. Yeah, gotta work early. Thank you, Salneko. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? Oops. Minimized my screen. You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Salneko? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confessions, the good sister Orson herself? Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye to this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Mark, I swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Dang, that sucks. She could have been here sooner. Right, this service. Oh, yeah. Totally interested. Check it out as soon as I can after you post it. And no worries, I don't really expect people to show up too often. People show up here and there, but It's not like I'm expecting everybody to be all swarming all over. Oh, yeah, yeah. Just hit me up. I'll try and play something with you. I've got a few games that I think I'd have to re-download the Blizzard client to try and do Overwatch, and I haven't touched that in ages. I don't know what else there is. But yeah, just hit me up at some point, and I'll definitely join you. As long as I'm free, and I'm free a good chunk of the time. Yeah, but I'm just gonna call it there for the night. Need to eat something before I crawl back into bed. You have yourself a good night. I'll hopefully catch you here soon. If anybody else is watching, I'll wish you a good night as well. Yeah, same here. You have a good night.